Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan, welcome back to lesson 3. In this lesson we're going to go through and look at vowels. Al-harakat. Al-harakat. So the objectives of this lesson are to look at what are vowels. We will see what short vowels are. We'll also see what happens when there are no vowels. What are long vowels, what are diphthongs, and finally what is nunation. So what is a vowel? A vowel is a sound produced by the vocal tract. In the English alphabet, 5 of the 26 letters are vowels and they make a certain sound. So we've got A, E, I, O, U. The letter Y is also considered the sixth vowel because it sounds like one of the other vowels. Okay. In the Arabic language, they had vowels but no vowel signs. And non-Arabs, because of this, non-Arabs found it very difficult to read correctly. Emphasis on correctly. And the lack of vowel signs also created ambiguities. And what do I mean by that? If we take the letter kaf and the letter ta and the letter ba, when we join it together, it looks like this. Ka, ta, ba. Yeah? Now, this one word can actually have more than one meaning. If I show you the first one, it can be pronounced like kataba, which means he wrote. But then it can also be pronounced like kutiba, which is it was written. And finally, kutub, which means books. So the question is, if I see these written without the vowel signs, how would I know, and there were no transliteration, how would I know which one of the three I'm reading? Okay, so because of this, the vowel signs and hamza were added to the Arabic language. Now if I show you the vowel signs, I'll take each one of the same example, but I'll show you the vowels that are applied to each one. So the first one is the 3 lines above each of the letters, ka, ta, ba, which is the fatha. And I'll explain what fatha is in a few minutes. The next one is katiba, katiba. Okay, and the last one is got dammas, 2 dammas and a sukun. Yeah, kutub, kutub. Okay, so having placed these vowel signs, and once you understand what these vowel signs are and how to pronounce them, it will make it so much easier for you to pronounce the words correctly. So in the language, like I said, 6 vowels were added to the Arabic language, 3 of which were short vowels and 3 were long. We also had 2 diphthongs, which are 2 vowels that join together to create a syllable. And every consonant is provided with a vowel sign, but the vowel signs are not used in Arabic books or journals unless the pronunciation needs to be precise. Okay, for instance, the Quran. In the Quran, you'll find the vowel signs. So the vowel is often referred to as haraka, which is movement. The consonant with the vowel is called a mutaharrik, which is moved. So when something has been, a movement has been applied, it becomes moved. And finally, there's the consonant with no vowel, which is called a sakin, which is resting. So if we look at the short vowels are signs written above or below the letters. So we look at the first one, which we've covered before, which is the line above, which is called fatha, fatha. Then we have the line below, which is the kasra. Okay, and then we have the small wow that's on top, which is the damma. And finally, we've got the sukun, which is the resting. Okay, and now what I'll do is I'll go through each one of these and show you how to pronounce the letters when the vowel is applied, how you pronounce the letters, and then we'll do a few examples of each vowel. Okay, so the first one is fatha. Fatha is a small stroke always above the letter, and it makes the a sound very much like the a in ma in English. So if we look at some of these English words, we've got man. So in Arabic, when you put the line above, it makes the a sound. So ta, then we've got ja. Okay, if we go through all of the letters, so the first one, when we apply the fatha in there, is called a, and then ba. Please remember that you're only making the sound, the a sound. Do not make it long, because then it changes it from a short vowel to a long vowel. So it's just the sound. A, ba, ta, tha, ja, ha, kha, da, the, ra, za, sa, sha, sa, da, ta, dha, a, gha, fa, qa, ka, la, ma, na, ha, wa, and ya. So if I go through these again, so we've got a, ba, ta, tha, ja, ha, kha, da, the, ra, za, sa, sha, sa, dha, ta, dha, a, gha, fa, qa, ka, la, ma, na, ha, wa, and ya. So if we look at some examples now, the first one is kaf, ta, and ba. Do you want to try? If you try this yourself, based on what we've just done, so that would be sound like the ka, ta, ba, kataba. Okay, which means to write. Ka, ta, ba. Next one is the alif, the kaf, and the lam. So which is a, ka, la, akala, which means to eat. The next one we'll do ta, then the ra, and the kaf, which is ta, ra, ka, taraka, which means to leave. Okay, so again, kataba, akala, taraka, kataba, akala, taraka, kataba, akala, taraka. Okay, let's look at the kasra now. The kasra, which is a line below the consonant. Okay, and it makes the I sound very much like the I in the English alphabet. So as in, if we did D-I-D, it's did, did. In the same way, in the Arabic, we've got ta with the kasra at the bottom, which makes the T sound. So it makes the E sound. Yeah, ja kasra is G. Okay, let's look at the letters now. So the first one is, if we apply the line at the bottom, it sounds like E, B, T, Th, G, H, Ch, D, V, R, Z, C, Sh, C, V, T, V, I, G, F, Q, K, L, M, N, H, W, and Y. Okay, so we do that again. We've got E, B, T, F, G, H, Ch, D, V, R, Z, C, Sh, C, V, T, V, I, G, F, Q, K, L, M, N, H, W, and Y. Okay, practice again until you feel confident, and then we'll go on to the next examples. So looking at the fatha and the kasra in examples. So the first one is sin with the fatha, the mim with the kasra, and the ain with the fatha. So we know that will be a sa, that will be a mi, and that will be an a. So sami'a, sami'a. Now sometimes you'll see this as a 3, sometimes you'll see it as an apostrophe, but when you see that, you're making the sound from your throat. So it's sami'a, which means to hear. Next one is the ra with the fatha, the kaf with the kasra, and the ba with the fatha, which is ra ki ba, ra ki ba, which means to ride. Okay, let's look at another one, which is the sheen with the fatha, the ra with the kasra, and the ba with the fatha, which is, so now it's going to be a sha, ra is going to be a ri, sha ri, ba sha ri ba. Okay, which means to drink. Okay, so sami'a, rakiba, shariba. Sami'a, rakiba, rakiba, shariba. Sami'a, rakiba, shariba. Okay, let's look at the dhamma. So dhamma has a small vowel on above the consonant. Okay, and it's always above the consonant. You wouldn't have the dhamma below it. Okay, so always above the line or above the consonant, and that makes the oo sound very much like the u in the English language. Okay, so if we look at the English example, got b u double l, which is bull, bull. Yeah, in the Arabic, the ta with the dhamma would make the tu sound, tu, and then the jim with the dhamma would be ju. So tu and ju. If we look at some examples now, the letters. So the first one, alif with the dhamma would make the u sound, and again, like the others, we're just making the sound. And this is bu, tu, thu, ju, hu, khu, du, dhu, ru, zu, su, shu, su, du, tu, dhu, u, gu, fu, qu, ku, lu, mu, nu, hu, wu, and you. Okay, go through this again, which is u, bu, tu, thu, ju, hu, khu, du, dhu, ru, zu, su, shu, su, dhu, tu, dhu, u, gu, fu, qu, ku, lu, mu, nu, hu, wu, and you. Okay, let's look at some examples. So the first one, we've got a ra with the fatha, then we have a jim with the dhamma, and the lam, which has sukun, okay, which is blank. So this would be ra, jul, rajul. If you had a fatha there, it would be rajula, rajul, which means man. Next one is dhal with the dhamma, the kaf with the kasra, and the ra with the fatha. So it's dhu ki ra, dhu ki ra, which means he has mentioned, dhukira. Next one, look at the sin with the dhamma, the ya with the kasra, and the lam with the fatha. That is su I la, su I la, su'ila. Okay, he has asked, he asked. So we've covered the fatha, the dhamma, and the kasra. We'll look at what the sukun is, which is the absence of a vowel sign, a sukun. So a sukun, a consonant without any vowel mark, is called a sakin, which is resting. And to show that a consonant has no vowel, a sign in the shape of a small circle is placed above the consonant. So it looks like this. Here we go. And the this sign is called a sukun. Sukun. Okay. So if I look at an example, so here we've got alif and the noon and the ta. To show that there is no vowel there, we'll say, put a vowel sound like this, and we pronounce like anta, anta. And if there was a line below it, it'll be anti, which is for you female. Anta is you male, anti you female. When one consonant has a vowel and the following letter is a sakin, the two letters form a syllable. What do I mean by that? They create the sound. When they're read together, they produce a joint sound. Okay, if we look at this example, we look at the kaf and the meme with the sukun, it'll be read as kem in one go. Next one, we've got the ha and the lam, and put a sukun on there, it becomes hel, hel, which means is. Okay, next one, meme with the kasra and the noon with the sukun, yeah, that becomes min, min, okay, which is from. So we've got kem, got hel, and min. Okay, and you'll see a lot of examples where the sukun is used. Aina, kaifa, and so forth. But we'll cover these as we go through the lesson. Okay, so now let's look at the long vowels. The long vowels are represented, the three long vowels are represented by the letter alif, the letter waw, and the letter ya. So alif, waw, and ya. And these three letters or consonants are referred to as weak or irregular letters. And in Arabic, they're called huruf al-illa, huruf al-illa. Okay, and their purpose is to lengthen the short vowels. Each one of these works with a certain short vowel, and I'm going to cover these in a few minutes. And when these are used with the short vowels, they do not actually admit the signs above them or below them. Okay, so if we look at these, the letter alif corresponds to the a, which is the fatha, fatha, which is ukht al-fatha. It's called sister of the fatha. The alif is. The next one is the ya, which corresponds to the e, which will be the kasra, which is called ukhtul kasra. Okay, and then finally we've got the damma, the waw, which corresponds to the u, which is the damma, ukhtul damma. So that's sister of fatha, sister of kasra, sister of damma. Okay, if we look at the fatha first, the sister of fatha, ukhtul fatha, it represents the fatha, which is the line above. And what it does is it lengthens the sound from an a, which is the sound of a kasra, a fatha, sorry, to a. So a slight extension. So a to a. Okay, if we look at these examples, so we've got alif, we've got the ba. Here we can see in red. These are the long vowels being added. So if we look at the first one, it's a, ba, ta, tha, ja, ha, kha, da, the, ra, za, sa, sha, sa, da, ta, dha, a, gha, fa, qa, ka, la, ma, na, ha, wa, ya. Okay, so do that again. A, ba, ta, tha, ja, ha, kha, da, the, ra, za, sa, sha, sa, da, ta, dha, a, gha, fa, qa, ka, la, ma, na, ha, wa, and ya. So we'll look at some examples of the long vowel alif. So the first one is meme, fatha, ma, ma, which is ma, water. Then we've got qala, qala, Okay, he said. And finally is ana, which is me. If we look at now the Ukhtul Kasra, which is the sister of the Kasra, it represents the ya represents the Kasra, and it lengthens the sound from E to E. Yeah, E to E. And it also acts as an extra tool when added to the end of nouns to make it a possessive adjective. For instance, if we say ism, which is the name, when we add the ya to the end, it becomes ismi, which means my name. Okay, so the ya, when added to the end of a word, creates the possessive adjective, which is my. Okay, if we look some examples, some letters now. So the first one is alif with the kasra and the ya. So E. Then it's B, T, V. You will notice that there are no vowel signs above the ya. Okay, so but the letter before it must have the kasra. Okay, if you had a fatha, you couldn't say the, it wouldn't work. Yeah, so it has to be a kasra, the letter before the ya. So then we know it's a long vowel. So the, so E, B, T, Th, G, He, Khi, D, The, Re, Z, Si, She, Si, The, Ti, The, I, Ri, Fi, Qi, Ki, Li, Mi, Ni, He, We, and Ye. Okay, so do that again. We've got E, B, T, Th, G, He, Khi, D, The, Re, Z, Si, She, Si, The, Ti, The, I, Ri, Fi, Qi, Ki, Li, Mi, Ni, He, We, and Ye. Okay, let's look at some examples. So the first one is Bayti, which is my house. Yeah, the ya, also what I said was makes it possessive. It is my. So this is the vowel E, T, and that actually then makes it my house. Next one is Ismi, yeah, my name. And finally we've got Haqib, yeah. So there's no ya at the end, so it's not my, it's just there we've got qaf and the ya. Haqib, which is a bag. Okay, let's look at the Ukhtul Damma. The waw represents the Damma, and it lengthens the oo sound made by the Damma to oo. So if we look at the letters, we've got alif with the Damma and then the waw. And again, same rule applies. For it to be a long vowel, the letter before must have a Damma on it, and the letter after it must be a waw. Okay, with no signs above. So that's oo, bu, tu, thu, ju, hu, khu, du, dhu, ru, zu, su, shu, su, dhu, tu, dhu, u, ghu, fu, qu, ku, lu, mu, nu, hu, wu, and you. So look at these again. U, bu, tu, thu, ju, hu, khu, du, dhu, ru, zu, su, shu, su, dhu, tu, dhu, ru, ghu, fu, qu, ku, lu, mu, nu, hu, wu, and you. Okay, let's look at some examples. So which is mithal. Example is mithal. So the first one we look at is toot, which is cranberry. Next one is huruf, which is huruf, letters. And finally we'll do an-nur. I'll explain what this sign is in a minute. It's called shadda. and I'll show you what that means. So it's an-nur. So toot huruf an-nur. Toot huruf an-nur. Okay, so we've looked at the fatha, we've looked at dhamma, the kasra, sukoon, then we've looked at the long vowels of the alif, waw, and the ya. So what I'm going to now show you is diphthongs. And what are diphthongs? So a diphthong is a sound made by combining two vowels. Basically when it starts with one vowel and then goes into another vowel. In English, I can give you the example of the letter. If we look at oil, so O and the I, it starts with O and then changes to oil, oil. So the oi in oil is what we call a diphthong, oil. Look at some more examples here. Toy, so oi, toy. Another one, coin, coin. Yeah, one syllable, then changes to, sorry, one vowel, then changes to another word. Coin. Got another one, which is air, and then loud, loud. So in Arabic, there are only two diphthong sounds. It's the letter ya and the letter waw. Okay, so you might be asking the question, hold on a minute, we've just done this. These are long vowels. So is this a long vowel or is it a diphthong? How will I know? So the answer is, when we see a fatha sign before the ya and the or the vowel, and the letter after it doesn't have, has a sukoon on it, then it's a diphthong. Remember what I said about long vowels, that for it to be a long vowel, so if it was kasra and the ya will have no signs on it. If it has a sukoon on it, then it's a diphthong. So when there's a fatha or a kasra before the ya or a wa, it creates a ai or a u sound. So sorry, if the fatha is before the ya or the waw, it creates a diphthong sound. So, and when the ya or the I is a diphthong, you'll see a sukoon above the consonant. If we look at the word kayfa, so the kaf has a fatha and the ya has a sukoon, so that creates the k, the ai, kayfa sound, okay, which is how. All right, if we look at the next one, this is the fa with the fatha and the waw. Yeah, it creates the o sound, or fawqa, yeah, which is over. Next one, we'll look at the kha and the ya. That creates the ai again, which is khair, which is good. All right, so just remember that if the letter, the ya and the waw, the letter before has a fatha on it, and one of these has a sukoon, then it's a diphthong. Okay, so kayfa, fawqa, khair. Okay, so now we're going to go through and look at nunation, which is tanween. Nouns and adjectives are generally indicated as indefinite forms. So if we had a pen, when it's indefinite, it would be a pen. When it's definite, it'll be the pen. Okay, and when nouns or adjectives are indicated as indefinite, then an additional noon is pronounced but not written at the end of the words. Okay, so it adds the n sound at the end of the words. Okay, and this process of making a noun or adjective indefinite is called tanween. We've got three different types of indefinites. The first one is called nominative indefinite, and what happens there is the word ends with a double dhamma. Okay, so if we look at an example of this, it'll be malikun, so it adds the un sound at the end of the word when the dhamma is added. Yeah, so dhamma is added there, makes the un sound. So example is a king, malikun, qalamun, and so forth. The next one is accusative indefinite. When it's accusative, then the word ends with a double fatha. Okay, so if we look at an example, it's malikan, so the two fathas there, add the un sound. So malikan. So we refer to the king as an object. And then the last one is what we call a genitive indefinite. And this one ends with a double kasra. If we look at an example of that, we've got malikin. So the n gets added to the end of the short vowel. So u becomes un, a becomes an, and e becomes in. Malikin. So then it is referred to as a king's throne, or this something of a king. Okay, so let's go through each one of these now in turn, and we'll have, first one we'll look at is tanween al-fatha. It's also called fathatain, and it's the doubled form of the fatha. As you can see, fatha has one line and tanween al-fatha has two lines above the letter. And these differ in pronunciation that the an sound is added, like I just showed you before. So where the fatha it makes the a sound, the fathatain or tanween al-fatha makes the un sound. Okay. The other thing you have to notice, take note of, is that when the tanween al-fatha is added, it must be followed by an alif in writing. Okay, unless the letter before is a ta marbuta or a hamza. So if we look at the example here, it'll be an, and it doesn't have the alif. Okay, and then we've got the ba with the fathatain or tanween al-fatha, and then we've got the alif. So that is the ban. If we look at the letters, we've got alif with the fathatain or tanween al-fatha makes the an sound. Then we have ban, tan, than, jan, han, khon, then, ron, zen, sen, shen, son, dhon, ton, dhon, an, ghun, fan, qun, ken, len, men, nen, hen, wen, and yan. Okay, so it's n, ben, ten, then, jen, hen, khon, den, then, run, zen, sen, shen, son, dhon, an, ghun, fen, qun, ken, len, men, nen, hen, wen, and yan. So let's go through and do a few practice sessions with some words. So the first one is wa, lam, and that becomes waladan, which is boy, waladan. Next one is the kaf, the lam, and then that becomes, remember what we said about the fatha, that's a sound. The lam, that's gonna be pronounced as one. So like we had hal or man, this will be kal. And the ba with the two the fathatain is kalban, kalban. Next one is the ya with the fatha, and the waw has and that creates what we call also the diphthong. So it is yawman, which is day. Next one is, again we've got the tha with the fatha and the waw with the sukun, that makes a diphthong. So it's thawban, which is dress. Next one we have ayn with the fatha, lam with the fatha, and the mim with the fathatain is alaman, which is flag. Next one we have the kha with the damma and the ba with the sukun, that will be khub, and khubzan, which is bread. Next one is the lam with the fatha and the waw, again this creates the o diphthong, lawnan, which is color. Next one is the ha with the damma and the kaf with the sukun, hook, men, hukman. Okay, so waladan, kelban, yawman, thawban, alaman, khubzan, لونا حكما. Once again, ولدا كلبا يوما ثوبا علما خبزا لونا حكما. So the next one we're going to go through is Tanween al-Kasra, which is also called Kasratain. So the Tanween al-Kasra is a double form of the Kasra, and it makes, where the Kasra makes the E sound, the Kasratain or Tanween al-Fasra is called the In sound. Okay, so let's look at the letters. We've got Alif with the Kasratain, it's called In, then Bin, Tin, Thin, Jin, In, Hin, Khin, Din, Thin, Rin, Zin, Sin, Shin, Sin, Thin, Tin, Thin, In, Ghin, Fin, Qin, Kin, Lin, Min, Nin, Hin, Win, and Yin. Okay, once again, In, Bin, Tin, Thin, Jin, Hin, Khin, Din, Thin, Rin, Zin, Sin, Shin, Sin, Thin, Tin, Thin, In, Ghin, Fin, Qin, Kin, Lin, Min, Nin, Hin, Win, and Yin. Let's do some practice. So the first one is the Noon with the Fatha, the Ha with the Sukun, which is Nah, and Ra with the Kasratain, Nahrin, which is river. Next one, the Mim is the Ma, Ta is Ta, Mata, Ra, Do, Rin, Matarin, which is rain. Next one, the Ha with Ha, Ra with the Kasra is Hari, Hari, Kin, Harikin, which is lively. Next one we have Qaf, which is Fatha, the Mim with the Ma, Qama, Qama, Rin, Qamarin, which is the moon. Next one we have Jim with the Fatha, the Ba with the Fatha, Jaba, Lin, Jabalin, which is the mountain. Next one we have the Noon with the Fatha and the Fa with the Sukun, so it becomes Naf, one syllable, Naf, Sin, Nafsin, which is the soul. Next one we have the Qaf with the Fatha and the Sad with the Sukun with Qas, Qasrin, which is castle. And finally we've got the Sheen with the Damma, the Ghain with the Sukun, Shugh, Shughlin, Shughlin, which is work. So Nahrin, Matarin, Harikin, Qamarin, Jabalin, Nafsin, Qasrin, Shughlin. And again, Nahrin, Matarin, Harikin, Qamarin, Jabalin, Nafsin, Qasrin, and Shughlin. Okay, let's look at the Tanween al-Damma, which is also referred to as Dammatain. And again, what that does, and if you look at, it can either be two Dhamma signs on in some places, or like this with a tail, inward tail. Okay, and so what it does is it doubles the Dhamma. So where the Dhamma makes the U sound and the Dhammatain makes the Un sound. So if we look at the letters, Alif with the Dhammatain is Un, Bun, Tun, Thun, Jun, Hun, Khun, Dun, Dhun, Run, Zun, Sun, Shun, Sun, Dhun, Tun, Dhun, Un, Ghun, Fun, Qun, Kun, Lun, Mun, Nun, Hun, Wun, and Yun. Let's go through it again. Un, Bun, Tun, Thun, Jun, Hun, Khun, Dun, Dhun, Run, Zun, Sun, shun, sun, dhun, tun, dhun, un, kun, fun, qun, kun, lun, mun, nun, hun, wun, and yun. Let's do some practice. So the first one is the ba with the fatha and the ha with the sukun is bahrun, bahrun, which is the sea. Next one is the qaf with the waw, which is qaw, which is the diphthong qaw, mun, qawmun, which is people. Next one is the ain with the waw, which again aw, nun, awnun, which is help. Next one is qaf, qa, lam with the fatha, qala, mun, qalamun, qalamun, which is pen. Next one is the sheen with the fatha and the mim with the sukun is sham, sham, sun, shamsun, which is the sun. Next one with the sheen with the fatha and the ra with the sukun is shar, sharqun, sharqun, which is east. Next one is the ain with the kasra and the lam with the sukun is ilmun, ilmun, which is knowledge. And finally we've got the ain with the dhamma and the dal with the sukun with udrun, which is excuse. Okay, so that's bahrun, qawmun, awnun, qalamun, shamsun, sharqun, ilmun, uzrun. And again, bahrun, qawmun, awnun, qalamun, shamsun, sharqun, ilmun, uzrun. Right, so the final topic is what we call shadda, which is the doubling of the consonants. So when a consonant occurs twice without a vowel sign in between, the consonant is written above the consonant in the shape of a small W. Okay, then you know it's the shadda. So when you see this, always think I need to do it twice. Yeah, and the pronunciation is also doubled. So if I give an example, first one we got ain with the lam, fatha, sorry, then we got the lam, so it is al lama, al lama. So whenever you see this, double up that letter with the shadda on it. So here we got al, does one, lam, allama, allama, yeah, which means to teach. Next one, here we got the jim with the fatha and the ra with the fatha and the shadda. So that would be jarrab, which is to try. Next one is ain with the dal. So it'll be ad, ad, yeah, allam, jarrab, ad. Okay, now when the shadda has a kasra, then what happens is the fatha, the kasra is placed underneath, where the fatha is on top of the W. The kasra is underneath and is still above. So if we look at this word here, allim, allim, yeah, just notice that sometimes you do find instances where they've got to put the kasra underneath, but this is how it's normally written. So allim, and then we've got jarrib, yeah, jarrib. Okay, so that's the end of the lesson. We've covered fatha, dhamma, kasra, fathatain, dhammatain, kasratain. We've also done tanween, we've done sukun, and the shadda. Okay, so what I would say to you is go through and pick up documents or letters that have vowels on it and try and work out which ones are which and try and pronounce it. Now you know how to pronounce the letters. I would say go through and try and do this yourself, and you'll find that now after having done this lesson you'll be able to read just about any Arabic that has vowel signs on it. Understanding is one thing, but certainly you'll be able to pronounce the letters correctly and the words correctly. So great, thank you very much, and inshallah I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you. Ma salama.